Good afternoon, everybody. It's Jessica Motter, author of Love Life, Be Life, Share Life book and our Empowering Freedom podcast. I'm so excited to have you here today. We are in 2023, and I'm a guest with you today that I'm interviewing, Mr. Doug. Doug's going to share with you more himself and all the things that he is excited to share with you, his giftings, what he's looking for in opportunities, and just more about him. So Doug, do you want to maybe just share a little bit about yourself, where you're from, a little bit about your background, just, more about you?
Well, I was from California originally, and I now live in Washington State. I have worked in graphic arts for 35 years or so, and got laid off when COVID hit. And graphic, from the place I was working, they laid off a lot of people. and At the same time, I gained full custody of my 6-year-old autistic daughter. So it actually ended up working out really well because I had time to care for her, and she was going to be just with me. I didn't have to exchange her and all that stuff. So I have been doing that for the last couple of years, and I'm just starting to get back into the place where I'm trying to find freelance work and things like that. I generally was working in production art, doing catalog layouts and a lot of Photoshop corrections and stuff like that. So I'm kind of still looking for work in that area. And currently I'm working as a musician. I've been a musician my entire life, and I've been working in a corporate band. We have a couple of other projects too with the singer from that band, and we play gigs all over this area, and coffee houses and breweries and wineries and stuff like that. So that's doing okay, and it's been kind of fun, and it's been actually a nice little break because I've been working since I was 18, pretty much nonstop, like in that environment, like every day. So it was kind of a nice little break from the corporate world, as much as it was. And during 2020, since I had a lot of downtime, as everybody did, I finally started working on this book that I have. It's a children's book. It's called Albert, A Frog in His Dream, and he's an inventor that nobody really understands. I have a copy of it here. Hold up.
I saw that. That's super awesome.
Yeah. And
Love
so
it.
yeah, thank you. And he's been doing pretty good. It was a huge dream of mine to get that done, and I was surprised that I could actually achieve that and get it published. I was going to self-publish, and I started looking for publishers, and I found somebody who was interested. So now it's available like all over the world, on the web and stuff like that. So it's pretty exciting, and everything has a silver lining, I guess, is what the point. Like when things seemed really bad in 2020 and everything just kind of stopped, and then I haven't been laid off since I was 19 or something, and that was a shock. So
Right.
the silver lining came along, and I got that going, and then the music thing started coming back last year, and that's been good. And currently that's what I'm doing. I'm still trying to find something I can work from home and do some production art. I've got all my software and things still, so I'm just trying to. I don't have a large opportunity to work when she's not in school, because she's a little bit high maintenance. And so working from home is hopefully something I'm trying to work towards and find. I just had an interview a few days ago, and I won't hear back on that for about 3 weeks, but that's just how these things go. They get a lot of applicants in graphic arts. Most places I apply, they get 250, 300 applicants on one job posting.
Wow.
So it's highly competitive, but yeah, that's pretty much me. And I have another daughter who's also 15, and she's in school band and doing really well. It's nice to see she's picked up the music thing. And she's actually a more knowledgeable musician than I am these days.
That's great.
She tests me a lot on music. She'll like show me some charts and stuff and see if I can do them, but she's way better at it.
That's usually right.
I'm sorry, what?
That's usually how it works.
Yeah, she's got the young brain.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm engaged. I'm trying. We're working towards finding a place to live together. My fiance's got 2 kids as well, so it's a lot of people we're gonna have to move in. So we're trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting. It's exciting. Lots of good things coming your way, it sounds like, and have been coming your way. And like you said, the silver lining, right? Sometimes,
Right,
when I got let go of my job too, it's like, there's like that gut punch, that moment of like, what just happened? But
right,
then you look outside of that, now you're like, okay, it's given me time to, like that book, right? Because it's like,
right.
if not looking at small increments of time that you could actually work on it, and with
Yeah,
kids and things like that, it makes it very difficult to work on those projects, but it gave you some time to do that. So
yeah.
yeah.
She was usually bouncing around behind me, and so I was, because my computer's in the bedroom, so she was just bouncing around on the bed, and I'm like trying to
Yeah,
write.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It was,
it's like, if you can do those things, it's like, it's really a test of how strong are you and how focused you can like be, right? When you
right.
put things, they always talk about race horses, like they put so that they can't
Yeah,
see what's going on the other side. So I like how you were able to uber focus. Sounds like a gifting for you to focus
right.
dreams. And I really like that the book's about dreaming too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of one thing I wanted to make sure that I had some sort of, if I was going to do the book, I wanted it to have a strong message about believing in yourself and just following your dream, even though people might tell you, that's really hard or something, or you may never get there, or that won't work. So I was happy to get that message out. And it's exciting now to see little kids who actually love the book. And I'm going to be doing a reading at a school here in a month or so. And it's just kind of cute. I've always loved kids. I mean, even when I was a kid, I was still like the one in my family that would play with the small cousins and stuff when nobody else wanted to. So it's kind of a good, I probably should have been a teacher, but I just went into graphic arts for some reason. But so it's nice now to be able to do that, share it with other children who I can hopefully get a little message into their head about just believing in themselves.
Yeah.
The world is not a, the world's a complicated place, and people will try to knock you down all the time. So you got to just, like the blinders thing is exactly right. Just got to focus.
Yes, absolutely. So it sounds like California is your home. That's where you want to stay for any opportunities. But obviously now in this world we live in, where there's so much online, there's so much you're able to do from the comfort of your home, remote, on projects, create things, and your giftings. It sounds like you can do those things no matter where you are. And,
Yeah.
the family, right? So that dream of yours yourself, like you're able to still do that with
Yeah.
all other things in life going on as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like to do for fun when you're
Well,
yeah.
music to me is a job, and it's also always been my love and fun time, because that's where I'm most at home and I'm most relaxed. And I like to take hikes and stuff like that too. I haven't been able to do that much lately because of my kid, and she'll put up with it for about 30 minutes and then she's kind of done. So, but I live actually now, I'm from California, but I live in Washington, and lots of beautiful hikes around here to go. So I'm hoping in the future, when things work out and everybody lives together, I'll be able to take off and do some actual long hikes again. Like I used to be a real big backpacker, but yeah, right now it's just music, and I love playing music with my friends. And that's one of the things I think everybody should learn how to play music when they're a kid. It's such a fun, and you get back you it's one of the only things people will give you applause that you're when you're finished with something, it's like nobody does that in graphic arts. When I finish a project, clap. But it's nice to get the feedback, and it's just kind of a lift. It's always been a good lift for me to hear that, and then gets me through another month or so.
Yeah. What instrument do you actually play?
I play guitar and bass, and both. I play bass in the corporate band, and in the other bands I play guitar. And I started playing when I was 11. My brother played. He was my older brother. Taught me how to play the first couple chords, and then they used to teach guitar. Like in 7th grade, they had guitar class in school,
Mhm.
which I don't think they do anymore. And it's a shame, but I think that was really what got me going the most, because that was my first period class, and I loved going to it. And that kind of stuff keeps kids going, which is why I liked seeing my daughter do it so much, because she loves high school, and not every teen loves high school.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So time or money are not an issue. You win the lottery tomorrow. You have all the time and all the money. What would you do?
I'd probably buy like a farm, and my fiance and I both love dogs, and we have this dog farm dream to take in strays and homeless dogs, fostering and stuff like that. Her kids are great with animals too, and everybody loves them. So I would get someplace like that was a way that we could live that way.
Mhm.
And other than that, just sharing it. I like to share. If I have the opportunity to give back, and that's what I do. But it's been a little tight lately, but I still love to like give back to people, and I would probably buy a lot of toys for her kids, my kids. I haven't. It would be nice, but I don't really know. I think the dog farm is our biggest dream right now, and that.
Great. That's great. Right. Like we saw some of the cutest dogs on our trip. Just, people that have therapy dogs and things like that. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was just really cool to see every kind of little dog. My kids, we lost our dog last year about this time after we came back.
Oh,
So they're always like, Mom, when do we get a dog? And look at that dog. This
yeah.
dog is, they've got these cute purses now, right? So they like literally, they had somebody was pushing her dog in the stroller at Disney, and,
Yeah.
like every type of, animal lovers dream, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway.
Dogs are great. Yeah, dogs, and I've had cats and stuff too, and I love cats too. But dogs have such big personalities, and they're just so goofy and stuff. they're hard to they're hard to not laugh at. But I think that would be amazing if we could actually do the dog farm someday.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Why not, right? You
Yeah.
know how to teach people how to follow their dreams. So it
Yeah.
sounds like it's a dream for you coming.
Yeah.
And
I'm hopeful.
I'm really good at dream stuff. So I don't know, there's something about it. I even have a sign right in front of me that says make your dreams happen. I created a dream board last year, this time, right after the first of the year for Disney. And then here we are a year later going to Disney, right? So it's just something about it. It's 2:22 here in Kansas City. So like that's my like magical time. My daughter was born at 2:22. I see 2:22 a lot. So
Yeah.
there's about it. And I just believe that like if a dream is put in you, that like you have the capability to do that. It may not look what you think to create that dream,
Yeah.
right? I wanted to stay home with my daughter when I was in corporate America. And so I didn't know that it was gonna look like unemployment, but that's what it looked like, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to, reach for those dreams and goals, and definitely take the action towards those, because little by little, things can happen. So
Yeah.
Care, is there anything else you want to share about yourself? You mentioned your health, you mentioned going on hikes.
Mm.
So do you feel like for you, like you're a pretty healthy person? Is that something that, like, does it help your creativity? I know for me it does. As a creative person, does it help your creativity when you're out in nature?
Oh yeah, definitely. It soothes you and relaxes your head. I think same thing. The music does that for me too, but just walking in nature and seeing beautiful places makes you realize that your little problems that you might be dwelling on inside your head are really, you got to look at the big picture and realize you're living in an amazing, beautiful world, even though it's complicated. Yeah, hiking is something I just love to do, and sailing is another thing I would love to do again. I used to do that when I was a kid. My dad had a sailboat, and I live across from a lake. I've got kayaks, so that's as close as I've gotten to the sailboat dream again. But doing stuff like that and relaxing, and then coming back, because taking care of an autistic 6-year-old kid is no small
Yeah.
job. It takes a lot of, you got to remind yourself to be calm, and you can't ever like argue back with the autistic kid because they don't understand why you might be disagreeing with them. You have
Mhm.
to be very diplomatic. So those kind of things I've learned a lot from just the last 6 years of her existence, and about myself, and learning to just be resilient and calm, and staying healthy, and trying to get some sort of exercise while I can. When it's not
Mhm.
raining in Seattle, it's kind of rains a lot, but summer times are great. So that's when I do
Yeah,
most of my activities. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know. Here in Kansas City, it's usually cold. So like in the wintertime, it's like harder to get, like today, I was like, even though coming back from Florida, it seemed like, I'm like, it's actually kind of warm out. It's just with the sun, it made it feel warmer. So we got out and did a walk and did a
Yeah.
bicycle ride, and yeah, but yeah, I definitely, it's really important, as a parent. And then I'm even more so, I'm sure for you, is, a parent of a special needs daughter, is
Mhm.
that mental health, because a lot of people just don't put that oxygen mask on themselves.
Yeah.
So then they don't show up as a good parent. Then it
Right.
affects the people, then it affects their family, then it affects everything, right? Like it's a
Yeah.
ripple. And staying calm, staying healthy, because she has you, right? Like
Yeah.
you're his lifeline. And
Yeah.
so it's so important for you to take care of yourself, because those things are important. And so
Yeah.
um health is important. I definitely that's been like one of my biggest anchors, or my biggest values, is health, because of that. Because I just see what it's does for people and things like that. So even
Yeah.
just last night, seeing kids that were having parents that were not in a good mental space, and then having parents
Yeah.
that were
Oh yeah.
space, right? There's a big difference, right?
There's a huge difference.
So yeah, it's definitely yeah, definitely a bit.
And the thing with an autistic child too is they are sponges for whatever you're feeling. If you're
Mm,
agitated, and you might not even verbalize it, they'll feel that you're agitated. And
mhm,
the thing with me being this her sole provider now is kind of, it's a huge blessing, because she doesn't get that aggravation that she was getting before, that was like one of us wasn't dealing with things as well as the other one, kind of thing. And
mhm.
different ways of dealing with life, basically, and you just have to roll with the flow of the universe sometimes, and just, you know yeah, things happen, and you just got to go with it. So if you got to stay healthy, and you can't be drinking. I don't drink, and you got to just always stay, which is, by the way, the drinking thing is I play breweries all the time, and a lot of the times they want to pay you in half cash and half alcohol, you know, and
Right.
none of us really drink in the band. And it's kind of like, well, we don't really do that, you know. I don't know what to do with $200 worth of wine. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I give that away to people if that's how they do it. But
Yeah.
anyway, yes, keeping your head clear. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's so true. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Jessica. How you doing?
Good, good. Sorry, we're running a couple minutes behind here, so we'll be done just a second. Okay.
Not a problem.
Okay.
So yeah, it's so true that like it's such a big deal. And definitely I feel like when it comes to your health and your mental health, and then also, drugs and alcohol and other substances because really affect that. And
Oh yeah.
they're 100%. And I commend you for that because a lot of parents could go the other direction and be like, have these
Yeah.
things. It's
Yeah.
hard. Parent.
Yeah.
It's a parent of an autistic child. And something I wanted to ask you is, have you ever thought of writing a book about parenting and autism and things like that?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I haven't really thought about that, but I'm definitely gaining experience every day.
Yeah.
and and yeah, that would be a good idea.
Or even a book just to help other children know, kind of like, because my daughter's in a program where she's a peer for classmates. My other daughter was in the program because she needed services. And so, just, I feel like, like it could be just a good book to read to kids,
Yeah.
that every child is the same and everybody's got different, everybody's a different size and a different color and a different male,
Right.
female. Everybody has different needs, and some people
Yeah.
can't have gluten and some people can't have peanut butter, and some people, just everything is different.
Right.
Just a little, yeah.
That would be a good, that would, and that's I actually, for my next children's book, I wanted to incorporate the special needs in some way. So that might be a good angle on it, actually, because to teach about like, well, yeah, they're different, but it's okay. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
kind of good idea.
Yeah. Well, you can, just put me as the co-author. Just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, some good ideas. So, you never know what can come from calls and interviews and things
Yeah.
like that. So I appreciate your time today. I'll go ahead and get everything sent to you, and then you can share it. I'll share it on LinkedIn as well. But it was a pleasure talking with you. Let's stay connected because I definitely believe that we were meant to meet. So I just appreciate your time
Awesome.
today. And if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know.
Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you too.
All right. Have a
Thank
good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.